Yeah, whatever. Welcome back, YouTube. Been on a bit of a hiatus. Haven't quit buying and testing tools though. Socket rails. What's there to know about socket rails? Well, as it turns out, there can be quite a bit to know. What's the best option for you? Entry-level tech, DIYer, maybe any technician or DIYer looking to have some socket rails to throw in your mobile bag. We all want to save money, right? Well, maybe not all of us. A lot of us want to save money though. We want to have positive results and not spend an excess of money in doing it. I think I've got a few different options here, different brands, variations on a theme though of socket rails. So got analysis of some of these. I've been testing them over the last couple of months, banging them around in a mobile bag, and I've drawn some definite conclusions, and I'll be back with those in just a minute. As always, check out the links in the description for Amazon. If you buy through those links, helps me out, doesn't cost you anything extra. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'll probably start off with my least favorite. It's this kind, the steel stamp. They got the little socket pieces on here. This one's actually from Harbor Freight. You can get these all over the place. Here's a Craftsman one. It's a little bit more deluxe. You got the handle on an angle. This one's made in the USA, so if you're all about that sort of thing, maybe this is going to be something of a preference for you. But I'm old enough to remember when this was like the only game in town. You know, I'm old enough to remember, like, you know, the 90s. And I've had more experience with these than I have with about any other kind. And I've pretty consistently detested these things the entire time. They're inconvenient. You know, it seems like you try to grab a socket off there, you end up slicing your hand. I don't know. I don't think I'm particularly accident prone. But these are anywhere, I don't know, Harbor Freight, you can get several of these for a couple bucks. By the way, everything I have on the table here is 3/8. Just about everything here you could get in 1/4 inch, you can get 1/2 inch as well. But just for the sake of the comparison, I'm doing the 3/8. So the sheet metal kind, relatively inexpensive. Well, very inexpensive, I should say, but probably about my least favorite. Next least favorite, another Harbor Freight item, and I'll tell you, the socket retention with these, with a ball detent in there, the socket retention on these plastic ones, again, you get several of them for like just a couple dollars, 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch. Socket retention actually pretty good. Okay, I haven't really had any issues with that. The problem is if you put any larger sockets on it, you can just see how much these things deflect. They're pretty flimsy. So if you got something smaller, maybe 3/8 shallow would work, but when you get into like the 3/8 deep, it becomes pretty iffy, you know. I haven't actually broken one of these, but you know, they always feel like they're right on the edge of breaking. So 3/8 deep, impact sockets, stuff like that, these are going to be pretty quickly overmatched. Here's the absolute gem of this whole thing. Harbor Freight 18-inch magnetic tool holder for the very low price of potentially free. Yeah. You guys have seen it. If you don't have coupons, check out a lot of times free with any purchase. hfqpdb.com for your Harbor Freight coupons. That's Harbor Freight coupon database. I actually I was looking for my magnetic bar and couldn't find it. It was buried under a pile of stuff. So I just went and bought one of these with a coupon. It was $3. Very, very sturdy, you know, steel, a relatively strong magnet. And I know a lot of people go for the magnetic rails, like the Vim rails. They look really nice. I don't have any of those personally. I never wanted to spend the money. Seems like they're oftentimes $30 in that range. That's a little steep for me. Get the same effect, a little bit less deluxe looking. Harbor Freight. The only drawback to this is too many things in your bag, and you got open magnet space here. It's going to attract other stuff, so you might get stuff sticking on the magnet that you don't want on the magnet. But these are very, very sturdy, and they have good socket retention. I don't think that they retain sockets quite as well as what I'm going to show you next, but they're very, very good, and like I said, free a lot of the time. Who can beat that? Locking socket rails. Carlyle, these were actually on sale last month. I think they were regularly 20 bucks at Napa for these Carlyle rails. And I've got these deep impact sockets on here, but you see the twist. These are locking. So you line up the ball detent, like if you've got ball in here, the space for it in the socket, you give it a twist and it locks it on the rail. So these have the best potential for socket retention, the locking. The only thing I don't really like about these is that the rail is plastic. It's sturdy, but it's not as sturdy as the Harbor Freight. It's definitely sturdier than the cheapo plastic because it's thicker, and you can see you got some channel there and some rigidity and some support. I don't like them as well as the Harbor Freight free rail. And then you get to your Amazon option, which I'll put links for. Olsa tools, some of you guys will recognize that name. Aries, there's another name you might know. These are all the same rails. This is actually a set of those Astro pneumatic nano sockets. So for $28 for a set of these sockets, it came with this aluminum rail. It's the same style as the Aries, the Olsa. The companies have these exact same rails. They're just branding them something different. Aluminum rails, they got these like plasti style end caps. You could slip on and off. They make, if you miss the socket clips, if you lose some, you can buy replacements. You just unclip the end here and slide them on there. I actually tried with the cheapo Harbor Freight, take these clips off of here, these plastic clips, and put them on these rails, and they don't fit. They're not exactly the same as these socket clips. One difference, I would say, the Olsa tools in this 3/8, I think they came with 18, and the Aries only came with 16. So a couple little differences there, but it's mostly just the name branded on it. All the coloration options are the same. I got like a orange one here and a black, and then a nicely anodized blue. I think I paid 12 bucks for both of these, each of these. So this is at the higher end of the pricing spectrum, but like I said earlier, with the VEM rails, it's easy with rails like these to get upwards of $30 in a hurry. And the good thing with the aluminum ones, you can buy them in a combo set with like, 1/4 inch, 3/8 and 1/2 inch for, I want to say, under 30 bucks. Okay, so the bottom line as I see it is this. Free is a very good price. So the best deal here, the Harbor Freight 18-inch magnetic rail, if you can get it for free. Even if you can get it for a few dollars with a coupon, if you can't get the free coupon, still well worth it. Delivers really good socket retention, is very, very stable, sturdy. Does have a couple of drawbacks, like I said. If you got anything else magnetic in the bag, you're gonna have a tendency to kind of stick to those things, but excellent option, and most of the time you can get it for free. The Carlyle rail, for 20 bucks, I would take a hard pass on this. If you can get it for 10, might be worth it. My personal opinion on this, after having it for just a little while here, I'm probably not disappointed, but I don't like it nearly as well as I thought I would. If locking sockets is a must for you, a locking socket rail, this could be a good option for 10 bucks. I'd like it better if it was aluminum instead of plastic, but then we'd be stepping up quite a bit in price, I'm sure. So, not a bad option. These flimsy stamped steel rails, I basically hate these. This plastic rail from Harbor Freight, I probably wouldn't recommend it. The aluminum rails, I really like them. All other things being equal, if you get them for the same price, I would probably opt for whichever one gives you more socket clips. So in this instance, it's the Olsa tools. Check around on there. Like I said, I'll leave a couple of links in the description. Getting basically the same rail, unless this one, the Aries has 16 clips, the Olsa has 18 clips. So act accordingly. Know this, if you get these nice Astra pneumatic nano 3/8 impact sockets in metric, you get the rail free with those, so I'll leave a link for those in the description too. Really like these. So a few different options for you, all at the lower end of the pricing spectrum. With these options, you're going to find something in here you're probably going to like really well. That's my guess. I'll see you in the next video. I got other videos upcoming. Until then, TTFN.